Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. KG is back. It is time for a brand new video. We're going to be speaking about management changes that are possible at Leeds United, not just at Danny Farke's level, but above him too, as we've seen done at Glasgow Rangers, and also Premier League stuff as well. But before we get into it, please like the video. It's free to do, helps out the channel immensely with the visibility on this platform. Thank you to Mr. P, Mark Holmes, Parrot House, and Jason for the super thanks on the last video. Much appreciated, guys. Keep the support coming. And also from all members of the channel, thank you so much. It can't be expressed enough how you make this thing go. So thank you. And again, with that, keep the support coming. But look, let's get into yesterday's result first of all. Everton getting a priceless 1-0 away win at Man United with 10 men for a large majority of the game. And a few things from this, we'll speak about the 10-men thing in a bit. But one thing I was thinking when I was watching this was, imagine if this Leeds United team went 1-0 down at Old Trafford, even this version of Man United, we aren't escaping with a 1-0 win. No chance, not with the way we're set up. And it got me thinking about David Moyes and just what he did at 10 men to make Everton as compact as they were. Jordan Pickford was doing his thing, but the blocking of shots, the setup that they had, and even being dangerous on the counter was really something that we would not see here at Leeds United at this present time. And I remember when I was talking about David Moyes coming to Leeds United, a lot of you poo-pooed that one. But he's a good manager, won a European competition, top 10 finishes with West Ham. He's a good coach. He's not the most exciting, but he gets the job done. But listen, that takes Everton up to mid-table. And I say that just because I know that a few of you still had them in the relegation battle. I didn't have them there just purely on the quality that they've got and the manager they have. But just quickly on the red card, people, the game is gone. The game continues to go. That's never a red card. A fight between players, and it wasn't even a fight. It was just like a quick hand in the face. The referee whipped out the red card quicker than anything I've ever seen before, when he could have just had a word with them, maybe even give them a caution each. But you can't take that out of the game, man. So you've already got the game going one direction with that. Now you're trying to stop infighting. You're trying to stop players from looking like they care on the pitch. For me, it's never a red card, man. And they've got to look at that rule and just say, hey, maybe next time just give them a talking to, because it rarely happens, man. And it wasn't exactly like, Lee Bowyer and Kieran Dyer, was it? It was nowhere near that. But look, Everton in the end come out with the win and gets them up to 18 points in the league. So salute to them. But I'm here now to talk about the changes at Leeds United that can possibly help us get up to 18 points eventually. Because we saw yesterday Rangers part ways with a couple of people, and it's pretty big. Pretty big news for them. And this is off their website, so credit to them. Rangers Football Club confirms it has parted company with CEO Patrick Stewart and Sporting Director Kevin Thirlwell. Rangers expresses its sincere gratitude to both Patrick and Kevin for their leadership and unwavering commitment to the club. Chairman Andrew Kavanagh and Vice Chairman Parag Marath have already begun the search process, and until the permanent hires are made, let me get the rest. Director Fraser Thornton will assume role of acting CEO. But the most important bit there, people, why I brought this up is because Parag Marath is involved in that. He may be the vice chairman there, but he does make the decision along with the chairman. And there's been a lot of talk about it. They need something different. That's what the chairman has said. And it brings me to Leeds United. They've made the decisions and choices up there now. They brought in Russell Martin, they've brought in those people, and it hasn't worked out, and they've changed 3 of them. I'm waiting for our changes now. And I was listening to a Rangers fan earlier, and they've obviously got more knowledge of the league and what's happening there than I do. And they were saying that they felt like the 49ers came in the summer and completely underestimated the Scottish League, that they brought in people and players from the lower leagues in England, thinking that they could just fit in Scotland and do it there. And he said that they underestimated it. Now, obviously, we're in the Premier League. It's completely different. But I also believe they underestimated the Premier League just by keeping Danny Farke to begin with, and also not replacing the recruitment team that left and promoting from within. I think they've made that mistake. This guy on Andrew Kavanagh was talking about only a month ago. He was asked only a month ago that Patrick and Kevin had your full back in. What's changed in a month? They're going to get those questions. But that's where you as a business, and where you can get some credit back and say, yeah, look, we thought so a month ago, but things change. And that's what I want here. I want them now to realize that they've made mistakes coming into the Premier League, and now it's time for a change. And whether that be um, Daniel Farker and sticking by him when, their instincts was telling them to let him go. That report didn't come out by accident. That wasn't leaked by accident. Parag wasn't canceling interviews with Sky Sports in the subsequent weeks because, he wanted to avoid the subject, or not avoid the subject, I should say. They leaked it out on purpose, and they didn't like the reception that it had from Leeds United fans in general. But they should have followed their gut. They should have followed their business instincts and said, look, this guy hasn't worked before. He's given us doubts with the decisions he's made in the championship with one of the best squads that the championship has ever seen. It's probably not going to work. Now it's up to them to rectify their mistake. But it's not just Daniel Farker for me, people. I've said it before. It's Adam Underwood. We can't have these kind of people running the recruitment and the management of Leeds United Football Club. So now they've done it in Rangers. Russell Martin, they thought that he was going to be, the coach to get Rangers back where they feel they should be. They're signing players like Joe Rothwell, thinking that he's going to turn into prime Liverpool Steven Gerrard in Scotland. They've underestimated both clubs. Now, the one thing that they've got in common with both clubs is that they've got both passionate fan bases that will bring in money. Okay. That's the one common thing that both Rangers and Leeds have. They will pack out the houses, they will buy the merch and everything else. And they're attractive clubs commercially to sponsors, but they need to get it right on the pitch. Otherwise, you saw what happened with Rangers when they had Russell Martin. The fans started to turn and it was getting real toxic. You're already seeing it now after the Aston Villa game. Daniel Farker, it's wrong, but the fan approached him in the dugout area. He's been cautioned by the police, but it's also getting audible now with frustration at Farker's tactics, at the substitutions, certain players that keep getting played. They've got to realize that not only have they made mistakes up in Scotland, but they're making them now in the Premier League with Leeds United. And whereas they got so much right before in the Championship, it hasn't gone right so far in the Premier League. Not even close, people. It's not even close to being right. And now it's up to them to give us this club statement coming up. We need to see. I want to see this. I'm not speaking for you. You guys tell me in the comments. I want to see this now. I want to see Robbie Evans has gone. I want to see Adam Underwood has gone, and they're now in the process of getting new people in. Now, obviously, that's part one of it, getting people out. And as the Rangers fans said earlier, and rightly so, it's about who they're going to bring in next. Have they learned from those mistakes, and now they're going to get people that are really in tune with what Rangers need? That would be the next thing for us. Would they get the people in that are capable of handling the size of the club like Leeds United? But they've got to do the first bit first, and that is getting rid of Adam Underwood, Robbie Evans, and any of that recruitment team that thought it was acceptable to celebrate almost signing Igor Paschal. That's not acceptable for Leeds United Football Club. So listen, people, what do you think? Do you anticipate we're going to see this at Leeds United? Now we've seen it with our brothers up in Scotland. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and and like the video before you go, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.